Hey, shuckalugga kapow. How's it going, old schoolers? You're kicking it old school with Russell JS, and I am your host, Russell JS. I got yet another album battle royale. Two classic debut albums are gonna duke it out over who is superior. You know how this goes. And who am I gonna duke out this time? Let's see. How about Aerosmith's self-titled debut from 1973 versus, now I went ahead and looked and made sure these albums hadn't already duked it out, and I'm going to double check. So we got Aerosmith. Hold on. Toys, toys in the attic. Yeah, of course, that's not on that album, we know. You don't have to remind me. And there's some other stuff on here I'm looking at, and I know I need to make a video of it soon. I already know what this album battle royale is. I just got to make sure these albums hadn't already duked it out. Okay, no. And it looks like, looksy that they have not. So, on with it. Aerosmith's classic 1973 self-titled debut, going up against, I know I put this up a lot, Van Halen's 1978 self-titled debut. Now, oh man, this is going to be tremendous. I mean, who's going to take the win in this? Is it going to be Aerosmith or Van Halen? We won't know. And remember, if you're new to the channel, feel free to hit a like, subscribe, leave comments down in the box below, ring the bell for notifications. Tell your friends, your family, like your mom, your dad, your buddies, your girlfriends, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your husband, your wife, your grandma, your grandpa, your aunts, your uncles, your cousins, your brothers, your sisters, your teachers, your supervisors, your neighbors, your classmates, your coworkers, your roommates, and your pets. Anybody who's anybody that wants to kick it old school. And without further ado, let's see how these bad Oscars rank out, shall we? All right, in the case of Aerosmith 1973 versus Van Halen 1978, let's see. Make It versus Running with the Devil. Well, what can I say? I love the way, Running with the Devil. I mean, you can't deny that. That's a classic. And I have to say that Make It is a great start to Aerosmith's debut. So I'm giving them both a point. Now, here's the thing. There's going to be a lot of ties on here. So I don't have a quarter with me because I put all my loose change in a piggy bank like I normally do. So I'm going to do the eeny, meeny, miny, mo. All right, now let's see. Somebody versus Eruption. Once again, that's another point for both. Let's see. Dream On versus You Really Got Me. You know, Dream On is a classic haunting power ballad, probably the first ever power ballad done by any artist or any band. Going up against You Really Got Me, I mean, the way Van Halen does You Really Got Me, it's awesome, it's killer, but you know what? I feel it's not fair because, it's one of their best known covers, so Dream On is taking the point. One Way Street versus Ain't Talking About Love. I easily have to go ahead and give that to Ain't Talking About Love. Mamakin versus I'm the One. Ooh, hold on a second. This is because I know this is going to hurt. All right, let's see. You see, this is going to be the third tie, and more than two ties per song it gets the treatment. And I marked them both as ties, so here we go. In Mamakin versus I'm the One. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Catch that tiger by the toe. If he hollers, let him go. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. I'm the One takes the point. All right, let's see. Write Me versus Jamie's Crying. You know, Jamie's Crying is an awesome song, but out of all the old Van Halen songs that get played on the radio, this is one I hear the most. I mean, I don't know about your neck of the woods, but, you know, you hear this a lot on regular FM radio, classic rock, you know, whatever have you. So I am going with Write Me. All right, Moving Out versus Atomic Punk. You know, Moving Out is a great track, but I have to go with Atomic Punk. All right, Walking the Dog versus Little Dreamer. Little Dreamer's okay. It's a really good track, but I don't know. I love Walking the Dog much better, so that gets a point. Okay, now here's the thing. There was only 8 tracks on the debut for Aerosmith, so I added a bonus track, which was an unreleased demo for On the Road Again. It's an all right tune, but it can't compete against Ice Cream Man. And number 10, last but not least. Now, there's no number 10 for Aerosmith, so you know what? On Fire takes the point. Now, here we are. We've got Aerosmith with 5 points, Van Halen with 7 points. That means here is the end result. Van Halen takes the win on this one. Now, I gotta say, you know, I haven't had a shower. I just got off work about 3 hours ago, and I've just been resting and relaxing. You know, it's not easy. I wish I could constantly do these kind of videos all the time, you know, for the channel. But, you know, you do work when you work the Monday through Friday 9 to 5 rat race, you know, sometimes you got to put the things that you love the most on the back burner. But you know what? You will have the time to do it. You know, no matter what you do. You know, it's like, no telling if whether or not I'll ever be able to do YouTube for a living. I mean, me, the way I see it, you know, it's a hobby. Like, you know, you see when I collect my vintage vinyl and I collect, you know, vintage handheld electronic games. It's another hobby for me. I mean, I appreciate the fact that I now have 196 subscribers. I mean, some people say, oh, wow, all that in 10 years, you know. Sometimes, you know, some people, they get lucky where they could quit their 9 to 5, you know, get out of the 9 to 5 rat race and go ahead and start doing YouTube for a living. And majority of the time, it's, you know, it's those attractive looking women who go ahead and model off sexy swimwear and lingerie. And, you know, I don't think you want to see me walking around in a bikini, you know, I mean, with all this fat and everything, which I'm trying to lose. You know, I work in a hot warehouse today in South Florida. When I got out to the car and checked the temperature on the exterior, it was 106 degrees outside. I mean, that is really, really, really hot for Florida. I mean, those of you who live elsewhere, you know, you hear about how great Florida is, you know, to live and everything like that. My suggestion is stay where you are, just come here to visit on vacation. And nothing against you at all whatsoever. I mean, it is piping hot. I'll be honest with you, you know, I haven't been to New Jersey in over 30 years where I'm originally from, but I still have those memories. I used to love the change of seasons, you know, just the change of scenery with the seasons. I mean, oh man, I can remember, you know, it would be the middle of winter just after Christmas and the snow would fall. And snowball fights, making snowmen, ice skating, sledding, all kinds of fun things. I miss all that. I mean, it would make me anticipate for the months to come. When what happens is when the springtime comes around and the ground starts thawing out and the snow turns to slush, still it's a little bit chilly, a little bit nippy, but it's not too cold and it's not too warm. I mean, sometimes you're still wearing long sleeves, and sometimes you're wearing, you could wear, say, short sleeves but with jeans and a light jacket. But what happened was, after the winter was over, when the snow would melt and you'd see all the grass turn greener and the leaves starting to bud on the trees, it got you pumped up, it got you excited, because you couldn't wait for school to be out, for the summer, go on those vacations to Disney World or whatever. And oh man, it would make you anticipate. And then as you were in the middle of summer, it wasn't so much you couldn't wait to get back to school, you couldn't wait for what was to come, which would be Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas, and just a repeat cycle. I mean, sometimes down here it's summer 24/7. At any rate, that's all the time I have for this video. Remember, keep it real, keep it fresh, keep it chill, keep kicking it old school, listen to old school music, watch old school TV shows, watch old school movies, play old school video games. Get you enough of love, get you enough of peace, get you enough of tranquility, get you enough of less chaos, no chaos, less drama, no drama. And as always, I want to wish you Godspeed. May the force be with you always. And shuckalaka kapow!